Hey everyone, let's unbox and take a look at the Doughnut Truck by LEGO City. This is set number 60452, contains 196 pieces, retails for $19.99, and the set was provided by the LEGO Group for early review. Thank you, LEGO. This looks like a very interesting build. So obviously we got a giant donut on a truck with a serving window. Looks like we got a police officer taking a break. And here's the back. So looks like this piece comes off. So I guess you could use it as a standalone build. Well, let's open this up. I'm hoping all the graphics on the Doughnut Truck are printed. It's really cool to see. Well, we'll find out soon enough. Okay. And so far so good. Alright, we got 2 numbered bags, a vehicle chassis, and 2 printed building guides. So it looks like you can build with a partner. Cool. And that's essentially what it is. Can we tell if anything's printed in here? Hard to say. Probably not. I didn't see stickers in the box. But for this being a set targeted for younger builders, I'm really hoping the graphics are printed. And how are we going to know that? By just looking at this, I can't really tell. So I'm going to head over to my second channel, build the set, I'll come back and we'll see if everything's printed. Well, here is the Doughnut Truck all assembled, and it's a very interesting build. So here in the front we have our 2 minifigures. So we got the vendor here. Pretty cool. And we got this police officer. Kind of fitting for the Doughnut Truck. It's got $100. And here we have the actual Doughnut Truck. This is pretty cool what it is. And everything you see here is printed, which is really cool. Here's the back. This does open up. Well, if you have long fingernails you can, and you know, it's pretty cool for what it is. Surprised they don't make a 1x4x4 door yet. It'd be really cool. And here's the back, and yep, if you can see the scuffs in that glass, that's how I got it. And got the side mirrors and the front. I mean, it looks more like a vintage truck than anything else. Now this top piece does come off. I don't think I want to pull it by this, but let's try it and see. It feels like it's going to break, so don't do that. Just peel it from there. And here's the interior of the Doughnut Truck. And the cab also does come off too. So it looks like you can only seat 1 minifigure in there. Now, in addition, you can actually pop this off to use this as a standalone piece. So you can drop this off at your job site. Now, I want to see if this can sit this gentleman here. Let's try it out. Put him in there. Yeah, my sloppy reviews. Alright. Does this close up? Indeed it does. So he does sit inside the cab really nice. It's got a lot of headroom too for what this is. He could probably stand up in there. Now, I don't think most people are going to leave it like this, but you can just put this back on here. And this one doesn't have the back that opens up like they usually do. What I like about this is because if you're in the European part of the world, you can just flip this around and pretty much do that. You just have to do the door over here. So now, I wonder if he stands up inside here. Let's try it and see. He can only stand in one area. Try to get him to sit on the studs. And not so much. I mean, not really. Let's see if he can just sit down and serve the food. So he doesn't really quite stand in there. Yeah, so you're going to have him sit down inside for him to see out the window. And you can put the top back on and stuff. So he's going to have to crawl around in there. And it's not too bad. I mean, you can tell it's playable. And this vehicle is about 8 studs. So what does that mean? That means we're going to jump right into play value. As you can tell, it's a playable model. You can roll it around. You can open up the top and play inside of it. Not a whole lot of detail inside, but I think this is going to be a set that most people are going to use to put in their cities. So as you can tell, it's about roughly 8 studs wide. So this would fit nice on a Lego City road. You can put it on your beach. There's a lot of things you can do with this. So this is Lego City ready. This back container does come off. You can even switch this with other builds if you want. You can make a whole new build. You can use this as a flatbed truck. There's all sorts of stuff. Now, build quality is pretty good. I didn't really have anything fall off. This right here was a bit of a pain to get this to snap in. That was probably the only issue I had. But the build experience was a whole different beast. It was slow. Very slow. This is meant for children. This was not meant for adults. If you want to talk about turning pages, that's pretty much what you'll be doing in the manual. You'll be turning a page, putting one part in. You turn a page, you put another part in. It's just very lengthy. For something like this, for under 200 pieces, it was a very slow build. Very slow. So for a child, perfect speed, but for an adult, not so much. But nonetheless, though, as you can see, it's a complete model. Now, seeing that this container does remove, this set can be built comfortably by 2 builders. That's really cool because you could share the build with a friend. It'd be nice to kind of sit down during the afternoon. It's cold, or it could be summertime. It's really hot outside. And you and a friend can put this together. Or if you're a parent, you want to spend time with your son or daughter, or brother or sister, this is perfect. You can put this together as a group, and I really like that. My final score on this set is going to be a 7.8. Just a little bit for the build quality. There wasn't a brick separator provided with this set, but the main thing I'm dinging off is scratched pieces. This wasn't too bad, but it was enough to bring it down, but this thing here had some nasty scratches in it. Why does Lego ship the stuff like this? I don't know, and I'm going to keep grading hard on them until they get that problem resolved, because honestly this is a nice set, and for $19.99 it shouldn't come in this condition. I would expect that from a cheap toy or something that's $5, but no, this is $20, and to get parts that look like they've been used, that's not too much fun, especially for a nice building set like this. But nonetheless though, it's a really nice donut truck. I had fun putting this together. But tell me what you think.